Hello, I'm Vicky Howarth. I teach Trigger Point Pilates. I'm a trained clinical Pilates teacher, which means I give fairly medical bent to my Pilates, and also I specialise in back pain. So I teach classes now by Zoom, clients all over the place. In fact, this backdrop today is taken by two of my clients that have been holidaying in Thailand and continuing to do their classes from Thailand, not from the beach, but from their hotel room. I thought today what I would do is not what I normally do, but just a simple stretch sequence that's not going to go on for too long, but might be something that's useful to people. Generally, I do attract people with a lot of issues. I would ask you that if you do have any particular issues, as I'm not able to watch you, that you do this at your own level. If anything I ask you to do feels wrong, please don't do it. If you need to contact me at any time, you can contact me via my email, vickyfitnessfunction@gmail.com, vickyfitnessfunction, all one word, @gmail.com, or you can phone me on 079 418 14336. I'll repeat that, 079 418 14336. Everyone has offered a free taster to my classes, so if it's something you feel you'd like to pursue a bit more, get in touch with me and we'll have a chat. Okay, so I'm going to start you on the floor. If you have bad knees and are unable to kneel, I suggest that you just don't do the first bit. You could go onto your back and bring your knees into your chest when I ask you to do child pose, but I'll tell you about that when we get down on the floor. So I'll come and join you. And have a nice lie on this bench. So to start with, I'd like you to come onto all fours. Move that away. When I said if you can't kneel, you have an option, which would be to go onto your back and literally rock your knees in and out. Or you just sit this bit out. So starting on all fours, you can, if you wish, have your hands under your shoulders, but a lot of people have wrist problems. So knuckles by your knees is quite nice. We're literally going to arch and ease, concentrating particularly on any area that you feel is tight. So work through that. It's a nice mobility exercise for your back. We'll make that your last one. Staying on all fours, we're going to go do what we call thread the needle. So here, first time your hand will go past your hand, second time through the middle, third time past your knee. So you thread it all the way through, trying to get your ear down to the floor, then turn your palm down, feel the stretch, drag it out, take it to the ceiling, and if it feels good for you, look at it. Next time we go through the middle, turn your palm over, ear to floor if you can. You may not get there, don't worry if you can't. And up, and the next one will be past your knee. So we're stretching our shoulder, and we're stretching our chest. Everything on the other side. So again, threading through, turning over, dragging out here, through the middle, down, and up. And the last one is past your knee. You may be going at a slightly different speed to me, that's okay. Fine. From here, we're going to go into child's pose. This position is knees wide, feet together, and you drag yourself back here. Now, again, you may not be able to get your bottom down to your heels, but don't worry, but do try and tuck your chin in so you're getting a nice curve to your spine. Coming up, take your hands a little bit wider, stick the other hand on top, drag back, and then go to the other side and stretch. Good. Staying on all fours if you can. Put your toe into the mat. A bit difficult if you've got socks, you may lose them. Push back into your heel. Stretching your calf. And the other side. Now you can stay with that, or you can go to a position called downward facing dog. It's a yoga position. I would suggest if you've got hiatus hernia, it's not the best thing for you. It makes you get heartburn. But downward facing dog, you're here, you're imagining a hook on the tailbone or the trousers, pulling you up, and you're pushing your chest towards your thighs. And then bend one knee, push the opposite heel to the floor.
If you don't want to do that, just stay with what we were doing, just pushing your heels into the floor, feeling the stretch through your calves, and carefully come down. Come onto your back now, please. So if you sat that bit out, you can join us now. Float one knee up, float the other knee up, put your hands on your knees and circle around. This is a nice, gentle mobility exercise for your back. And change direction. So round and round. And then one hand on each knee and circle your knees opposite directions. Change direction. And put your feet down one at a time. We're going to do pelvic tilts, moving into the shoulder bridge. Shouldn't really have anything under your head at this point because I don't want to mess your neck up. Your feet will be hip distance. Tilt your pelvis, squeeze your bottom and float yourself up just to your lowest rib, just a little way, and then melt down. We're trying to get a bit of movement in this lower back, so just carry on with that for now. Try not to push too much into your feet because there's a tendency to get cramp if you do that. Start to go a little bit higher up the spine and then melt down. What I'm trying to do is get some movement in this area of your back. Come up to your shoulders if you can. Squeeze and then melt down. Now what I don't want you to do is to literally go from your upper back to your bottom with nothing happening in between. So we're trying to move our spine down, melting it down. You can add some breathing in this. Breathe in to repair, breathe out, tilt, squeeze. When you get to the top, you can float your arms open overhead. Take a big breath in at the top. You can either now bring your arms with you like this, which will help put some weight on your spine, which may make it easier to get your back down bone by bone by bone by bone by bone. Or you can tilt, squeeze, come up to your shoulders, and then float your arms overhead as before, but leave them there. And now as you come down, you should get a lovely back stretch. Let's do a couple more of those. Obviously, at any time, you can pause the video and do more of it, something that feels good for you. And melt down. Make this your last one, please. And then when you've gone all the way down, bring your hands back to your sides. And we're going to do some leg slides. So you're going to slide your leg out. Once you get to the furthest point, flex your foot and then drag that back in slowly. It's almost as if I've got an elastic band to the other side. An elastic band on your ankle, and I'm pulling one way and you're having to pull back against that resistance. Now you can stay with that, or you can add an opposite arm overhead. As the leg goes out, the arm goes over, flex your foot, drag it back in. You should feel the tummy muscles when you do this as well. It's just out and in. I just point my finger on this, my middle finger, because one of the things about trigger point Pilates is we work with the myofascia. It's a connective tissue that you cannot stretch, but you can release. And it runs in lines, and that middle finger is the end of the line. So if you want to know more about that, always let me know, and I will explain it to you in a bit more detail. Okay, we'll finish there. Float one knee up, float the other knee up. If you can, cross your hands. Now this might belt your brain. Push one leg away and then the other. If you can't cross the hands, just put one on each knee and still do this. So you will feel it stretching across your lower back, which may be a bit tight. Take the underneath hand out, put it back on the same knee and do the same thing again. Excellent. Put your feet down one at a time. Put the soles of your feet together. Check out your hips, a little roll from side to side across that. Right, we're going to open your hips. Put your feet on the floor. We're going to start with level one. Literally flop this leg out. So you're now on the side of that foot. Slide your foot along the floor on the side of your foot. Roll into your heel and drag it back in. Try the other side. Flop it out. Slide along. Roll onto your heel and drag it back in. And you can do an opposite arm. Sometimes when I do this, I just do one leg and then you can see how it opens up. But I'm just doing this for convenience and speed today. You can stay with that, or if you want more, you float your knee up over your hip, you open your knee, extend your leg. Again, you can do the arm, take it down to the floor. Once you get to the floor, roll back onto your heel as you had were before and drag it back in. Other side, here, here, here. Keep going with that. We'll do one more on each side, I think. That's your last one. Good. Bring both knees in, take your hands behind your thighs, cross your ankles if it feels good, and rock in and out. And then if you've got your ankles crossed, cross them the other way. Good. And put your feet down one at a time. Arms go wide, knees go one way, eye gaze goes in the opposite direction, just side to side. If you want more from this, you can have your legs off the floor. There's lots of levels for this, but let's just keep this simple. So putting a bit of a twist through your spine, which is always good. Put your feet down. Take your hands behind your head, just carefully, just a little sit up. The reason I'm not doing this really as a sit up, what I'm doing is I want to just move your spine the other way. This may not be for you, so if it isn't, please don't do it. Last one. Take your hand behind your right thigh, let your left leg go long. So as I say, I'm fairly clinical in my Pilates, and this is something this is a technique you might have found when you go to osteopaths. So just bring your knee into your chest, other leg can be long. See how close it comes to you. I want to release your back using the muscle energy technique. So you pull that in towards you. Keep pulling it towards you as you push your leg away. So it's a push me, pull you thing. So pull in, push away, 50% effort. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in on 1 and then size away. And you find your knee comes closer, hopefully. Let's go for 70%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 100% effort. Everything you've got now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And hopefully you feel that that knee has come closer than it was when you started. That's releasing your back. Let's do the other side. Take your hands behind your thigh. Pulling in, we're going to push away. Let me have 50% effort. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 70%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 100% now, please. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do the opposite muscle group. We've done the back. We're going to do the front. This time, hope you can have that leg straight. You're going to push with your hands. You're going to pull in with your knee. Okay, so push away with your hands. Pulling in, 50% effort. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 70%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 100%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And what I should have done is shown you what your hips were doing first. So check that out now. We'll do the other side. So that one will have dropped. So sorry about that. Push away. This leg can be straight. It's fine. Push away. Pull in. 50%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 70%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 100%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now put the side of your feet together again, and you should find that that has loosened. It's release the hip flexors. Drop your knees to one side. Bring that leg over in front. So I don't want it resting on this leg. It needs to be in front. Pull down with your hand. We're going to push up towards the ceiling. This is going to help release the muscles in your back. So pull down, push up towards the ceiling. 50% effort. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe in on 1. And you should find that that knee has come closer to the floor and closer to your chest. Pull down, push up, 70%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. 100% now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we are, magic. Other side, please. Both shoulders on the floor, pull down, push up, 50%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 70%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 100%. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let go. Good. Now, a lot of people have got bands. I'm going to use a band, but in fact, what I'm going to use today is a pair of tights. If you need to stop the video to go and get one, that's fine. Using a pair of tights or proper band, come in various colours. Put it around your right foot and hold on to it. Now start to guide that round, drawing circles, getting bigger, mobilizing your hips, change direction, round and round, round and round, and then swing it across your body and open. So cross and open. One more. Okay, pull that towards you. Try and have a straight leg, but a lot of people won't be able to straighten their legs. Just try and release the hamstrings. So pulling, at the same time as you pull, you're going to lower your foot towards the floor. So pull and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull it in. It's better with a stretchy band, to be honest. Turn your toes out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Change legs. Easiest way is that. Okay, starting to circle again. Round and round. Mobilizing your hips. Change direction. And around. And then cross, open your hip to the cross. That will be your last one. So pull that in, pulling in, lower away, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes in, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lose that. Right. From here, we're going to circle our elbows. Now try and touch your elbows in the middle. This is trying to get your shoulder blades moving. Can be done standing up. Change direction, round and round. Good. Push the ceiling away, then turn your hands over so the back of your hands are now facing the ceiling, the sky, and your fingers are pointing towards your toes. So push and push, push, push. So you feel your back stretching a little bit and you're mobilizing your wrists. Chicken wings, one of my favorites. You try and get your elbows and hands on the floor and you bring, I'll show you like this, you're bringing it down here. So try. Now you may not be able to get your hands and elbows on the floor. It shows two things, either that you're tight in your shoulders and or tighten the big muscles of your back. What do you do about it? You do this. Take your hands up as if you were driving a car and steer. That'll get your upper back moving a little bit. Take your hand nearest me to here. Put your hand in the middle of your chest, slide down towards your wrist. Try and keep your hips as still as possible and come round. And then again, come back to where you started. So this is a bit like the exercise chalk circles, but it's more of a chalk semicircle, this one. So each time you do this, you might find that you go a little bit further. So you're stretching your chest, you're stretching your back, and mobilizing your spine. Let's go to the other side now, please. Good to keep the spine moving. Helps the discs stay hydrated. Good, excellent. Right, I'm going to ask you to come and sit up and face me. And from here, I'm going to take our knees from side to side. Now in my classes, I use props, I must confess. I use these balls. These are squidgy ones, as opposed to the sort, keep going, that you can get on eBay. I think you can get these on eBay now. These are really hard. You'd be surprised what we do with those balls. You'll have to try a class to find out, won't you? Okay, I'm going to do the saw. Saw's a Pilates exercise, but it's a really good mobility exercise too. If you can manage to take your left hand up to shoulder height and turn the thumb down, that's great. If not, just pop it on the floor, it's all right. You're going to have your hand like this so that the thumb is up and the little finger is down. You're going to reach across for the toe of the opposite foot. Now you might find you can't get anywhere near that, so you might be just going to your shin, and that's all right, you're still doing the movement. As I say, if anything doesn't feel right, you don't do it, you do it within your level. Other side. So you're stretching your back, you're stretching your chest, you're stretching the back of your legs, you're working the sides of your waist, your obliques other side. That's these muscles here. Good, excellent. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That's just a little bit of a stretch that won't take too much time and might help you if you get a bit stiff, particularly if you're doing something like gardening. You might feel that you just want a bit of a stretch. Anyway, have a good day or evening whenever you've done this. And if you ever want to contact me, you've got my details, which I will put in the box below. Okay.